All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're putting two of the newest AI heavyweights head-to-head, Google's Gemini 3.1 Pro and Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 4.6. This is the ultimate face-off to see which one is actually useful when it really counts.
You know, for the longest time, the AI race was all about raw intelligence, right? Who's got the bigger brain? But we're kind of past that now. The real question, the one that matters to you and me, is which of these AIs can actually help us get things done in the real world?
And this quote from Tom's guide just nails it. We're not just looking for a calculator that can pass a test anymore. We're looking for a partner, a tool that has practical reasoning skills, emotional intelligence, something that can actually support our decisions when things get messy.
Okay, so let's meet our two contenders. What you got to understand is that Google and Anthropic built these models with two totally different philosophies in mind.
And this slide really lays out their DNA. Gemini, on one side, is all about technical muscle. It's built to integrate massive amounts of knowledge and reason across different formats. Think of it like a brilliant, high-powered analyst. Claude, on the other hand, is designed to be the reliable, trusted advisor. It's all about nuanced judgment and reasoning that feels more, well, human.
So all that philosophy is great, but how does it actually play out? Well, Tom's guide ran them through a brutal 7-round showdown. And these weren't just abstract little puzzles. No, these were tough, real-world scenarios designed to see who would crack under pressure.
And the results? They were absolutely fascinating. Claude came out swinging, taking the first 3 rounds flat out. In urban planning, side hustles, and creative writing, it just had a better grasp on social nuance and what's actually practical. But then Gemini fought back. It won the social etiquette round by giving phrases you could actually imagine yourself saying. And when it came to explaining complex tech, Gemini absolutely crushed it with a clear, honest answer. But in the end, Claude's focus on relationships and trust earned it the win for parenting and business advice.
So after 7 grueling rounds that tested everything from city planning to bedtime stories, the scores were in. And believe me, there was a clear winner.
And there you have it, a decisive victory for Claude Sonnet 4.6 with a final score of 5 rounds to Gemini's 2. Not even close, really. So what was Claude's secret sauce? It just consistently felt more grounded. It understood the messy human stuff, the political realities, the emotional undertones, the practical limits of a plan. That social awareness gave its advice a weight and trustworthiness that made all the difference.
But here's the most important part. The big takeaway isn't just that Claude won this fight, it's that these AIs have very different superpowers. And knowing which one to call on and when, that's the real key. Look, if you need a complex topic broken down with crystal clarity, or you're designing a new system or habit, Gemini is your go-to. For anything that needs a sharp, analytical frame and technically rich writing, it's an absolute beast. But if your problem is less about systems and more about people, if you're dealing with real-world strategy, emotional nuance, or anything that puts relationships first, Claude is the one you want in your corner. It just gets the human side of things better. So, at the end of the day, it's not about finding the one best AI. It's about building your own personal AI toolkit. You've got Gemini, the brilliant analyst, and you got Claude, the wise advisor. The whole trick is just knowing which one to tap on the shoulder for the job at hand.
So that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Now that you've seen how they operate, Gemini with its analytical mind and Claude with its human-centered judgment, which one thinks more like you? And, maybe more importantly, which one are you going to call for your next big challenge?